and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Hello, gang. Okay, it's a Monday evening here in the UK. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And we're doing Monday Run Club because it's a Monday, and that's what we do on a Monday, 7:30 p.m. Pretty much every Monday we do Monday Run Club here on Zwift, and it's live on the Zwift Run Live channel on YouTube and on the Film My Run Facebook page. We are off in 1 minute and 15 seconds, and there are 11 of us at the moment, so I don't imagine many more will join late. There's 12 now. Tracy Watkis, hello to you. Just wanted to say thank you for the advice the other day. She's found the cyclist to 10k workout and have started it. Excellent stuff, and managed to get HR recording as well. No problem, Tracy, take care. So bottom right of the screen you'll see my watts. That's the power being generated by the Stride foot pod. And top left of the screen you see the workout breakdown. So we're basically doing 2 lots of progressive running tonight. We're basically running at around about 12 kilometres an hour, but then speeding up a little bit over the course of some 400-metre intervals, and dropping down again and then speeding up again for the second half of the run. We've got 20 stars to earn tonight. Good evening, Neil Messenger. Hello to you. How's John Shaw, who's running with us tonight, and everybody who's running and listening at the same time, because some people do that. Some people listen to the run, listen to the stream and run at the same time. Right, off we go. 10.5 kilometres an hour. So we're in Group A. If Group A seems a little bit quick for you, you can join Group B or Group C or Group D, all running at slightly different paces. And the comedy of it is that people have gone off all over the place by the looks of things. Anyway, away we go with Monday Run Club for 10 kilometres of jolly fun on a Monday evening. Daniel, I haven't been paying attention to the Backyard Ultra. All I know is Guyam dropped out. Artemis dropped out. He's the only one I was really looking at. But I, to be honest with you, I haven't been paying much attention to it. So sorry about that. Right, long warm-up. 2.4 kilometres, so 1.5 miles of gradual warm-up. Speeding up the treadmill ever so slightly, but that's basically what we're doing for the whole run anyway, is gradually speeding the treadmill up over the course of the whole thing. Should be fairly comfortable tonight, so if you've got any questions you want to ask me, fire them into the chat, YouTube, Facebook, or even Twitch if you're watching on Twitch. I am watching Twitch chat, so if you want to say hello there, please do. So we've got Paul Deering, John Shaw, Tim Iveson in Group A, Leo Lothram as well, but he'll be flying off as he usually does. And also in Group A, Grual, who I don't think. Carol Rushworth is in Group C down the bottom there, or you can't see her name because she's covered by my Stride Watts. But Carol Rushworth is running in Group C, so hello to you, Carol. Okay, so Sweden is still in it. All right, I'll keep my eyes open. I will, Daniel. I'll have a look when I finish the run tonight. Tina Beard has finished the Zwift Academy group run tonight, and now she's waiting for PACK to start. Good for you. Getting the miles in. And Carol says hi. Neil, 1 hour 37 minutes is awesome. Good stuff. So Neil Messenger did a half marathon yesterday. Was this, I assume that was outdoors, Neil? It was, wasn't it? It was outdoors.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Thanks, Walsh. I can't remember your first name. I do recognise T. Walsh. So what has everybody been doing today? I went out running this morning, and then this afternoon I've been lying on the sofa trying to sleep with editing a video which was of the Boulogne Water Marathon from about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I need to get it done this week or it'll start hanging over me. Okay, so Neil's half marathon was at Blicking Hall yesterday. 1 hour 37 minutes is darn good. So your next goal is under 1:35, Neil. Is that your half marathon PB? What is your half marathon PB, Neil? Wardle, thanks for the ride-on. And more ride-ons dropping. Eric, thank you very much, Eric. Eric from Zwift Insider. There we go. So Eric, who's just given me a ride on, is the writer, creator of the Zwift Insider magazine, online, zwiftinsider.com. Everything you ever wanted to know about Zwift. 1 hour 48 minutes is no longer your PB, Neil. Andrew Cutmore, thanks for the ride on. Alex Dyser, are you asking me what my half marathon PB is, or Neil? Tracy Watkins has been doing online university lectures today. I remember my days of online university lectures. Daniel Jury's on YouTube. Hello, says, how you feeling? I'm alright, I'm good. Good today. Went out this morning, did 20k. Very easy and slow on the roads. And yeah, felt alright. So I've had a rest this afternoon. Back on for this evening session. Alex Dieter, me, okay. My half marathon PB was set in 2016, so it's now 4 years old. Over 4 years old. And it's 2 hours, it's 1 hour 25 minutes, I think it's 41 seconds. 1 hour 25:41. So my next goal is to try and do a sub 125 half marathon. I think John Shaw's just telling us his half marathon is 2 hours. Isn't that right, John? Yeah, Neil's half marathon PB is now 1 hour 37. John Shaw, what's your half marathon PB? Come on, we're all doing half marathon PBs now. Paul Deering, what's your half marathon PB? Carol Rushworth, Victoria, let's have your half marathon PBs on the screen now, please. John Shaw, 1:41. Oh, you got some work to do, John. Neil, you're faster than John Shaw. 1:37 beats 1:41. Paul Deering. Tony Tomlin. Yeah, old one. Yeah, mine's getting old now. I think I need to try and beat mine. 4 years. Mind you. Tim Gross's is probably 20 years old, so, no. The thing is, when you get into different distances, you drop the old distances, don't you? So I haven't really concentrated on half marathons or marathon distance PBs for 4 years. So if I start to concentrate on that a bit more again, I might get one. Oh, Carol, 2:01 outside. That must be gutting. You've got to try and beat that, Carol. So Carol's half marathon PB outdoors is 2:01, but she has done 1:54 on the treadmill. So you need to get that 1:54 outdoors. Paul Deering says he's not playing, but 1:48. Not bad, Paul, that's fine. Just get under 1:45 next time. discovered something useful today. I have been having awful trouble recently with my optical heart rate on my wrist, particularly outdoors. And I've realised, I thought it was to do with my Stride foot pod, and indeed it is. And the thing is, when my watch is on my left wrist and my foot pod is on my right foot, it interferes, and my heart rate starts to pick up cadence, I think, and it goes completely mad. Well, I tried a little experiment the other day, and I put my watch on the other hand, on the other wrist, and it seemed to work fine. So then I thought, well, why don't I keep the watch on the left hand, but swap the foot pod over and put it on the right, on the left foot, which to be fair, is where it always used to be. And then I started wearing two foot pods to test different things, and my normal foot pod kind of just stayed on my right foot. I moved it to the right foot and it kind of stayed there, which is when I started to get all the problems. So I've now moved the foot pod back to the left foot and everything is fine again, and optical heart rate is it seems perfectly okay again now. Carol Rushworth says she doesn't do outdoor running anymore. Well, I don't really do outdoor cycling anymore, far too scary. Neil, yes, absolutely. The running you do has definitely paid off. Good job. Right, here we are at 2 kilometres into the run now. So 400 metres, and then we get into the main bulk of the session. But I mean, basically all we're doing is gradually speeding up, which we have been doing from the start. John Shaw says he's not run outdoors in 2 weeks. Wow. Not good, he says. So, and you did ask for 5k and 10k PBs, so if anyone wants to put up their 5k and 10k PBs, John Shaw would be quite happy to see those. I'm very, very proud to say that my 5k PB is brand new, literally a week old. So very pleased with that. 18:32, rounded down. I won't go on about it. I'll stop now. You shouldn't have asked, John. You should not have asked. You know what runners are like. Alex Dieter, yes, let's do 100 metres. What's your 100 metre PB? I think mine is 15 seconds something. So, I mean, way off the pace. Anyone else got a 100 metre PB? Thank you if you're dropping ride-ons, by the way.
Ride on!
El Hart, thank you for your ride-on. John Shaw has a 400 metre track PB of 65 seconds. And I don't know if you saw Tim Gross's recent video. Tim now has... well, no, it's not his PB at all, because he's getting old now, and he's done faster times when he was younger. But he did a video attempting to do sub 60 second 400 metres, and in his first go he's got 62 seconds, so that's not bad at all. Still work to do though for him. Williamson, thanks for the ride on. Neil's going to do Wednesday workout this week, so he's given tonight a miss. Kevin France over on Twitch says he's not run for 6 weeks. Hip can't take the weight. Scan tomorrow. Oh, fingers crossed, buddy. Hope it goes okay for you. No good to being injured. Okay, we're 2.5k in and 7.5 to go. Heart rate is 129, so that's okay. Paul Deering, Tim Iveson, Gruel and myself all together And John Shaw's just a little bit behind. Only 4 seconds, nothing really. Yes, John, get yourself outside a little bit. It's always good to see how your treadmill training is working out outdoors. Monica, you can go to the Zwift Run Live YouTube channel, and they're all there. So this channel, well, it says Zwift Live, but I've changed the name to Zwift Run Live. Over on YouTube, search for that, and you'll find all my live videos archived on that channel. Tyler Stanger says, my treadmill is pretty bad. I stay at one speed and then it speeds up by itself. Do you know what though? A lot of treadmills do that. As the belt warms up, they seem to stretch. And I don't know why, but that seems to speed the belt up. Carol seems to have gone a different way to everyone else. Cool, Monica, well done, thank you. So yeah, Carol's done what I often do, and she's gone the wrong way. She's still in the Monday Run Club run, but hasn't got anyone else around her, which can get a bit lonely. I think it was John Shaw or somebody said that their treadmill does that as well. Once it warms up, speeds up a bit. 3 kilometres done. Paul over on YouTube says good evening. Evening, Paul. And Debbie Colville. Missed tonight's run, just got in from work. Harder workout tomorrow to make up for it. Yes, Debbie. But I tell you what you can do now. You can go and have a bath and a glass of wine. Oh, I should stop that, shouldn't I? I should stop. That's not fair. Neil Messenger says, where do you keep all your medals? They are literally over there. They're about 2 metres to my left on 2 racks. My wife wouldn't allow them in the house because she said it was pretentious. So I'm not allowed to have them hanging in the house. So I've got them hanging in my shed, in the shed quarters here. So as you can see, we're gradually increasing the pace every 400 metres, and when we get to around about halfway, we drop back down again, and then we slowly increase the pace again. Hang them off my hat, says John. Right, I can't believe Debbie didn't think of this before. She says, great idea about the bath. I'm on it. Only because I insisted. I don't remember insisting, Debbie. I kind of suggested it as an option, you know. Sorry, Paul. Monday night club bath. I like the sound of that. Oh God, John, how many medals do I have? Oh, that's just horrible. I don't know. Too many. Loads. But I've done a lot of races since I started actually taking part in races in like 10 years ago now. Definite midlife crisis. Yeah, 100 plus, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I've never counted them. I honestly don't know. Alex Dicer asks an interesting question. How many 5Ks have you done? Well, there's a story. I had never run an official 5K race until a couple of weeks ago. And reason being, I used to do parkrun. Alex, are you in the UK? So I don't know if you know about parkrun, but if you're not in the UK, you may not have heard of it. Parkrun is a free 5K event in the UK. It happens all over the country in different parks every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. It's a 5K race. It's free. It's a timed event, so you get your time at the end of the run, and it goes online, and it's officially recognised by England Athletics. So since about 2011, when I started doing parkrun, I've never had the need to do an official 5K event that you would pay for. So of course we've had the global lockdown and mass participation events have been cancelled. They're just coming back now. But parkrun was cancelled across the world in March, and it hasn't come back yet. And I really wanted to test my 5K time, so I signed up for a 5K official event. Cost £24, which is why I've never paid for a 5K event before. £24 when you can do one for free on a Saturday just seems madness, doesn't it? So there you go, there's my story. My first 5K event officially was a couple of weeks ago. In terms of park runs, I've done about 180 park runs altogether. Paul said he watched my very first run video the other day. That was my Brighton 6 miles, 10k in 2011 or 2010, was it? Yes, it was 2010. Brighton 10k. Carol says I haven't done a 5k race either, only on Zwift. Alex says, was it worth £24? Yes, for the results. So I'm happy to have paid £24 to now have a new 5k PB, which is official. And it's on the official Britain's run rankings, so I'm happy with that. But I wouldn't pay. Well, no. When parkrun comes back, I wouldn't pay for another 5k race. It's not, £24 for 20 minutes of work. It's not really worth it. I know you get a medal at the end of it, but do we really deserve a medal for running 5k? Oh, I'm at the wrong speed. It's supposed to be 12.5. Neil says, when will parkrun start again? Well, they were planning to start it at the end of this month, but that's not happening now because of the new rise in infections. So I would imagine it's going to be after Christmas now. Well, that's why in 10 years I've only done 180. I could have done way more than that in 10 years. But getting out of bed for a 9 a.m. start quite right, Paul. It's just not right, is it? I literally have to force myself out sometimes. Okay, so we're coming up to about halfway through the run, and we're now going to slow it down. So we're at 12.5 kilometres an hour.
Nice!
And now we can slow it down, and we start the second set. So exactly the same as before, gradually increase the pace. And then when we get to 12.5, we start the third set, but instead of going down, we just carry on going up. Alex said they should have one later in the day as well for people who like to lie in bed. Well, that's what we've got on Zwift at Run in the Park. We've got them at all times of day, so you don't have to get up too early to do Run in the Park, which is the Zwift equivalent of Park Run. Right, there's 5k done, so we're halfway through. And Rob Harrison, good evening to you.
Nice! Right on!
Thanks for those ride-ons, guys. So heart rate, 131, fairly comfortable. And it should stay relatively comfortable, maybe until the last kilometre or two. When we do speed it up a little bit more, you might see it going into the yellow zone. So all sticking nicely together still. So we've got Santana from Spain in Group B, but he's just 3 seconds ahead. Tim Iveson, Gruel, Gonzalez, John Shaw, Paul Deering, myself, Standell, all together. Tomlin is just 20 seconds behind. So it's nice to have a pretty tight group. So I think I might put the camera angles on just for a minute or two. Hopefully I won't go the wrong way. Neil says, when is your next marathon on Zwift? And I honestly don't know. I haven't got one planned yet, but there is a Watopia Run Festival in December, so I might go for one then. Oh, Paul's been checking up on my musical past as well. We won't talk about that, I'm too old now. Cheers, Rob. So Rob says, that's a very good heart rate at this pace for a man of your age. Is that a backhanded compliment, Rob? Yeah, well, I have been putting in the miles recently, Rob, so my heart rate hopefully should stay relatively low at this pace. Like I say, it might just increase in the last couple of kilometres. We might find it going up. John Shaw says, who's getting running gadgets for Christmas? Anyone? I'm getting a new running top for my birthday. Or running jacket. John Shaw says he wants a Phoenix 6. Beautiful watch. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. Alex Dyty says, do you have a coach with Training Peaks, or do you just use the program, the Zwift program? No, I don't have a coach. I program in my own training program into Training Peaks. Wow, okay, John Shaw is still using the Phoenix 3 HR. Amazing. Jaspal, hello Jaspal.
Nice.
Thank you, buddy. Okay, Neil is going to try and join us in December if we do a marathon at the Watopia Run Festival in December. Susanna, hello Susanna. I think Leo's way off ahead. I haven't seen him. I only saw him at the start. Oh, Tina Beard. My Noble Pro is my anniversary present. Nice one. What better anniversary present could there be than your own treadmill? Endorphin Pros, what are they, Paul? Alex, yeah, I've never had a coach. I just decide what I want to do, work out how I'm going to do it, and put the training into Training Peaks. I'm not that serious that I want to pay for a coach. Okay, 4 kilometres left now. Heart rate 133, and we're up to 12.3 kilometres an hour. So 2 more increases to the end of the second set, and then we start the third set, and the increases get a bit bigger.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Oh, Rob Harrison's making us all look bad as well now. I bought my wife a Phoenix 6S for our 25-year anniversary. Nice one. Yeah, Neil, there is a marathon on the 28th, 3:30 UK time, 28th of November. James Smith's Memorial Marathon. I can't do that one, unfortunately. But yeah, that's another one you can do if you want to do a marathon on Zwift. Yeah, come on then, Paul. We'll all get our names down for the marathon in December. Right, less than 18 minutes now of Monday Run Club to go. And we're on the beach path. Still behind the floating pace bot. I've got the 6X Sapphire. So yeah, do you know what? It always confuses me what versions everything is. I love the screen size. I've got the larger size. Sapphire glass really helps with scratches. No mark, not a mark on it really, to be honest. There are so many different naming conventions for the Phoenix range though. Right, there's 6.5 kilometres done. Paul, New Balance. Yeah, well, I have some New Balance 1080s. I've got 2 pairs. And for the first couple of months, 2 or 3 months, in fact more than that, maybe even 6 months that I've had them, they were absolutely fine. But just recently, they've been starting to dig into my heel. So I've now gone back to wearing my Nike Structure 19s. Which are not quite as bouncy, but they are more comfortable to wear. But I guess they're not quite as bouncy because they're much older. So they've got a lot of miles in them now. I did like my New Balance ones when I first got them a lot. But yeah, I can't wear them at the moment because they just dig right into my heels. Literally, so my heels bleed. Not my heels, my ankles. My ankles bleed. Okay, last one in this set. John Shaw says Turbo 2s are brilliant. Who makes Turbo 2s? John, sorry. I've got the Vapor Next Percent, and I only wear them for races. Because if I wear them too much... Oh yeah, Night Pegasus, yeah. If I wear my Vaporflies too much, I get injured. I can wear them for a 5k or a 10k race. I've not tried them for a half marathon or a marathon. I think I would consider wearing them for a half or a marathon. But I think sustained running over... Like if I kept wearing them every day, I get injured because... That's what I started doing, and I'm sure they were what injured me. Paul Deering says the soles on his 1080 version 10s are flaking off. And John Shaw sent his Tempo Next Percents back because the AirPod popped. Yeah, they're slightly different, aren't they, to the Vaporfly Next Percents? I mean, I like the feeling of the Next Percents, and they're certainly faster, certainly a faster shoe. But I just think if you don't run properly in them, and sometimes my form is not so good. Sometimes I do heel strike, I think. And if you're a heel striker, the Next Percent shoes are not for you. Wide-fitting shoes, Paul. Well, have you tried Ultra? A-L-T-R-A, Ultras. They're very wide-fitting. But they are also zero drop. So there's no drop from the heel to the toe. Carol's just bought some Hoka Rincons. I've not tried them. But as you know, for trail running, I do like Hokas. Oh, I'm supposed to be... Right. Okay, here we are in the final set now. So this is where you might see heart rate start to increase. And we'll get into the yellow zone. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 more lots of 400 to do, and the pace goes up a bit more markedly now. Santiago.
Ride on.
Robinson, thanks for the ride on. Santiago, hello buddy.
Nice.
Rob Harrison's asking Jonathan and Carol how they decide who gets to run the treadmill. Well, they need to get like Paul Deering and Debbie Colvin and get 2 treadmills side by side.
Okay, let's go.
Right, 13.1 now. So now we're getting quicker. .256 watts of power. 265 now. It's all over the place. Debbie, you've made no sense whatsoever. I have no clue what that means. drunk already. Okay, 10 minutes to go of Monday Run Club. Over the bridge. Is this the Julian Washington Bridge? I'm not sure. No. Yeah, wine's kicking in. Carol is allowed on the treadmill today because Jonathan is working. Okay, so here we go then. The goal for the next 2 kilometres, the final 2 kilometres of Monday Run Club, is to wait as long as we can before we go into zone 3. Currently 136 BPM, so we need to stay under 140 if I can, for as long as possible. Oh look, it's not going to happen, is it? 138 already. Nope. There you go. It's out the window already. Well, I told you I'd be in zone 3 by the final 2 kilometres. At least I know. John Shaw's at 143, I'm at 141 BPM. Anybody else want to tell me their heart rate? Okay, Gonzalez is at 163. Keep it going, buddy. You're doing well. Paul Deering at 145. Well done, Paul. Good job, guys. Well done. Okay, here we go with another increase now. So we need to breathe now. Final mile of Monday Run Club. Yes, Carol, they always do that, don't they? So it looks like we have a 400 metre cool down at the end. But don't be fooled. The cool down will be at 15 kilometres per hour.
Ride on!
Barbara, thanks for the ride on. Got about 5 minutes, 6 minutes to go now. We are just a little bit ahead of the flying pace bot there. But we have been sticking to instructions. John Shaw's gone up to 149 now. I'm maintaining 140, 141 BPM. Okay, here we go up to 14 kilometres an hour now.
Nice!
Neil says, my half marathon heart rate was 189. Is that too high? Well, it depends how long it was that high for. Are you saying that was your highest, the highest that it got? Because that's fine. if you were really pushing it and you were going all out to get a good time, then going into zone 5, going into anaerobic zone where you increase your VO2 max, 189 would be fine. I imagine you wouldn't be able to hold 189 for much more than a few minutes. I don't know what your max heart rate is, but if you've got to 189, then it's going to be about 190, isn't it? It'd be a good idea just to analyse your stats and see if you think it's a blip, if you think it's a glitch, or if it's genuine heart rate. If it's genuine heart rate, how long were you at that heart rate for? Yeah, so if it was just a max, if it was just the peak that you reached, that's absolutely fine. Right, heart rate up to 148 now. The last official speed rise, but we will go one more at the end. Right, my heart rate is 150 now. John Shaw's is 155. Celia, thank you. Two and a half minutes to go. 600 metres. And a half K done. Gonzalez broke. No worries, Gonzalez. Doing really well. So Gonzalez just couldn't hold the last little bit there. So he slowed down. And we are off for our final 500 metres, 400 metres. At 15 kilometres an hour. Come on, guys, let's go. Meters, 323 watts of power. Here comes John Shaw. Go for it, John. Meters left. Nice little finish to Monday Run Club. Here we go, just about to cross the line. 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And there we go. Average power 245. Average heart rate 133. All good. Well done, everybody. Awesome work. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Good job. Good running. John says thanks to everyone. Slow the treadmill down. 11 kilometres done. And that's it. Paul says, hey all, have a nice evening and ride on. Paul Deering says 15 was the max speed he could possibly get. Is that the highest your treadmill goes to, 15? Sometimes it is actually, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So, we are all done. Another Monday Run Club. Done and dusted. Ryan Downey, he's running, in fact just about to finish, I think, the step-by-step beginners group. So well done to Ryan and the gang. Rob Gruel. Oh, Rob! Sorry, buddy. Rob Gruel was just with us. I've forgotten your first name, Rob. Thank you very much. I will remember next time. Rob says, fantastic run with you, buddy. Well done. Cheers, and thank you to you for running with us. Thanks to everyone who's chatted on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch as well. So appreciate you guys popping in to keep me going. It does encourage me on. Makes the run more interesting for me, and we have some good chat, don't we? So that's cool. No, Paul says that's not the fastest his treadmill goes, it's just the fastest his legs would go. Nice one. Okay. Right, 10 kilometres done. That'll do for this evening. Nice run with the guys and the girls, and thank you very much, everybody. Well done to you if you took part, and I'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow evening I'm running out with my running club, so I won't be streaming tomorrow evening, but I will probably do a 9:30 a.m. 500 metre climb up the hill. So that's me in the morning, 9:30 a.m. UK time. We'll do 500 metres of climb over 4 kilometres of running, and then in the evening I'll go out with my local running club. So I won't be live tomorrow evening. But we'll be back for Wednesday workout on Wednesday evening. So take care, look out for that. And thanks very much again for all your chat. And see you tomorrow morning if you're around. Bye-bye.